High in the mountains of eastern California, not far from the Nevada border, sits a town that seems frozen in time. Weathered wooden buildings line a dusty street, old storefronts stand exactly where they did more than a century ago. Inside some of them, everyday objects remain, bottles on shelves, furniture near windows, tools resting where someone once left them. This place is Bodie, one of the most famous ghost towns in the American West. And while many people come here expecting something eerie or mysterious, Bodie actually tells a story that is warm, human, and deeply important to American history. Because towns like Bodie remind us how people once chased opportunity, built communities, and created entire worlds in places that were once nothing but wilderness. The discovery that started everything. Bodie's story begins in 1859. A small group of prospectors arrived in the rugged hills searching for gold. One of them was a man named William S. Bodie. While exploring the area, he discovered gold deposits in the surrounding hills. News of gold spread quickly, as it always did during the great mining era of the American West. But the region was harsh. Winters were long and brutal, and the mountains were remote at first. Only few determined miners stayed behind to work the claims slowly. Cabins appeared. A few small businesses opened to support the miners. A town was forming. Over time, the name changed slightly from Bodie to Bodie, and the settlement began to grow. But the real boom would not come until years later. The town explodes with life. In the late 1870s, a major gold discovery nearby changed everything. Suddenly, Bodie exploded with activity. Within just a few years, the population soared to nearly 10,000 people for a remote mountain town. That was enormous. Bodie quickly became one of the largest mining towns in California. The streets were busy from sunrise to long after dark. There were dozens of saloons, hotels, general stores, gambling halls, restaurants, and businesses of every kind. Newspapers were printed in town, schools were built for children, churches welcomed families seeking a stable life in a place known for risk. People came from all over the world. Miners from Ireland, China, Italy, and many other places traveled to Bodie hoping to strike it rich. Some did, many didn't, but together they created a diverse community that shared the same dream. The dream of gold. Life in a frontier bone town. Life in Bodie was not easy. Mining was dangerous work. Men descended deep underground, carving tunnels through rock in search of gold-bearing veins. Accidents happened, collapses, explosions, and harsh working conditions were constant risks. But despite the danger, people built normal lives here. Children went to school, families shared meals, neighbors helped each other survive long winters, where the snow buried the town under deep drifts. There were celebrations too. Music from saloons drifted into the streets at night. Community gatherings brought people together. The town was rough around the edges, but it was also full of hope. Bodie wasn't just a mining camp. It was a living community. The boom begins to fade. But like many towns built on natural resources, Bodie's prosperity depended on one thing: gold. By the late 1880s, the richest deposits were becoming harder to reach. Mining companies had to dig deeper, work harder, and spend more money for smaller returns. Gradually, the excitement faded. Some miners moved on to the next gold strike, and other state businesses closed their doors. Families relocated to growing cities where work was more stable. Year by year, Bodie grew quieter. By the early 1900s, only a small number of residents remained. The once busy streets became silent buildings, stood empty as wind and weather slowly took their toll. Eventually, Bodie became what we now call a ghost town. But unlike many others, it was never completely destroyed. The town preserved in time. In the 1960s, the state of California recognized how special Bodie truly was. Instead of letting the buildings disappear, officials preserved the town as a historic park. Today it is maintained in what historians call arrested decay. That means the structures are protected, but not rebuilt to look new. They remain weathered, worn, and authentic. When visitors walk through Bodie today, they see the real town as it once was. Old stores still hold merchandise houses, still contain furniture and personal belongings. Schoolhouses remaining classrooms where children once studied. It feels less like a museum and more like stepping directly into the past. Why ghost towns matter? Towns like Bodie matter because they tell the real story of the American West. Movies often show gunfights and outlaws. While those things existed, the West was mostly built by ordinary people. Miners, shopkeepers, teachers, cooks, families, and dreamers. They traveled long distances searching for opportunity. Some succeeded, some struggled. But together they built towns that helped shape the growth of the United States. Ghost towns remind us that history isn't just about famous figures or big events. It's also about everyday people trying to build a life in difficult places. When you walk through Bodie's quiet streets, you'll walk and feel their story. The friendly place to learn. Despite its name as a ghost town, Bodie doesn't feel frightening. In many ways, it feels peaceful. The mountains surrounding the town are beautiful. The open sky stretches wide above the old rooftops. Visitors walk slowly along wooden sidewalks, reading signs and imagining what life was like more than 100 years ago. It's a place where history feels close and approachable. A place where you can pause, look around, and picture the laughter, the hard work, and the hopes that once filled these buildings. Instead of being haunted by ghosts, Bodie is filled with memories. And those memories help us understand how the American West grew from scattered mining camps into the towns and cities we know today. The story that still lives. Today, Bodie State Historic Park welcomes visitors from around the world. People come to see the preserved buildings, explore the surrounding landscape, and experience a place where time seems to stand still. But more importantly, they come to learn. They learn how quickly fortunes could rise and fall in the West. They learn how communities formed in unlikely places. And they learn how determination, curiosity, and hope pushed people to build towns in the middle of remote mountains. Bodie may be quiet now. The saloons are empty. The mines are silent. And the streets no longer echo with the noise of a booming town. But the story of Bodie is far from over. Because every visitor who walks those streets carries the story forward. Remembering the people who lived there and the dreams that once filled the valley. And in that way, Bodie isn't just a ghost town. It's a classroom under the open sky. friendly place where history still speaks, softly, patiently, and always ready to teach those who come to listen.